It all starts with your first $10,000. I promise you, it all starts with your first $10,000. This is when you first start to become financially free because of things that you are now able to do. Opportunities start to open up. Doors get kicked down for you to walk right through. People treat you way different. You got more confidence. You're able to invest. It's a whole bunch of things that happen when you touch your first $10,000, which is why I titled this video, It All Starts When You Touch Your First $10,000. So look, I'm making this video for two types of people. The first type of person I'm making this video for is for that person who has not yet saved $10,000. I'm making this video to tell you what you should expect when you do touch your first 10 and motivate y'all to get it. I'm making this video also for that person who does have $10,000 and is thinking about how to move, what they should be doing now that they have $10,000, how they should act, things like that. So I'm gonna explain all of that in this video. So with that, man, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Cornell the Great. I'm back on here with another YouTube video. As y'all know, I'm on here to hustle and motivate and teach y'all how to do the exact same things. I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Please, if y'all been rocking with my videos, man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, man, no more yapping. Let's get straight into the video. So look, the first thing I want to highlight, when you touch and save your first $10,000, you are now actually able to invest. You're up on bills. You got the confidence because you know that you can touch 10, and if it goes away, you can get it back. You feel me? You got the opportunity now to invest into whatever idea that you had or into your friend's business. You can put some money behind stocks. You can actually think about what you can do with this $10,000 to make it flip. You can actually think about what to do with this $10,000 to get started with being an entrepreneur and being financially free and creating monthly revenue. You can take portion of this 10 or all of it, depending on what it is that you want to do, and you can put that behind your craft. You can actually invest when you have $10,000. Obviously, you know, we got to be conservative. We got to be smart. We don't want to just blow it. We don't want to make dumb investments. But the start of it, and the good thing about touching 10 is that you, again, are able to invest. And that's something that you should not take lightly. The whole goal, my community, we know this, the whole goal. Get that monthly revenue up. Make yourself financially free. Not get to a stack limit and continue having to do what you had to do, which is go to work and not really want to be there in order to keep making money. We want to make things easier for ourselves. We want to make things easier on our future self, and that requires us to invest. So when you got your first 10, man, you are actually able to think about and start investing. Come on, man. Look, another way that things start, man, you are actually up on bills. So that clears your mind. And in business, and when we're thinking about investing, when we're thinking about making things flip, having a clear mind is one of the biggest things that you must have when you are thinking about flipping that 10. Or when you are thinking about increasing your monthly revenue. You have to have a clear mind, because if you don't, and it's just so fogged up, you're thinking about how you're going to make money the next day. You think about how you're going to pay your rent on the first. You think about how you're going to have enough to pay your car note, or how you're going to be able to take care of who you got to take care of. When you are so stuck in that, it kind of fogs your mind to think bigger about opportunities that you can actually do personally or with the team for you to make more money, because your mind is so clogged. So when you have 10, when you save 10, you are up on bills, and you are up on, well, you should be up on bills, but you are up on a lot of those things that that are obligations. So you're not necessarily so stuck in the whole aspect of having to figure it out, having to scrape something up, having to, it's a lot of things that you got to do to make some money. You feel me? Especially y'all already know. You feel me? We all probably have been through it when we had our back against the wall and we had to come up with some money in order to do something. So y'all know how that feels. Now, take the concept and understand that you don't want to go back there. So what you need to do is make sure that yourself and your future self doesn't have to ever worry about that. And with the clear mind, knowing that you up on bills, that's a good feeling for you to move forward on that, for you to push forward and actually make things different so that never, ever, ever is the case again. So another point and how things get started is because your mind is actually a lot more clear than how it was before you touch your first 10. Look, another way things get started Now, this is a little bit different, but your confidence goes up. You touch $10,000. You save $10,000. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what anybody else got to say in the comments about this. But at the end of the day, that is a milestone. That is not something to be taken lightly. A lot of people have never, ever, ever touched $10,000 on everything I love. A lot of people have never seen $10,000 all at once. For you to have done this, or if you are on that pathway and you got the determination, grit, consistency, discipline, all of that in order to do it, congratulations, bro, because that is not something that should be taken lightly. Now, that boosts your confidence. Not only do you know you can do that again, but you know you got something behind you. You know that you straight. You know that you got it in you to become a financially free person. You got it in you to have that discipline, to have that consistency, to have that grit. And that's a confidence booster. Walking into any meeting, walking into any opportunity, walking into a party, walking into a conversation, walking into work. Confidence, especially in business, is one of the biggest things, man. Somebody with less experience, more confidence is more than likely going to land a deal with somebody else versus somebody who has more experience but doesn't have the confidence. Me, taking into account, if I'm talking to somebody about an opportunity and I have money behind me to put behind somebody else, if they don't got the confidence, I'm not giving them no chip. But if somebody has the confidence, I'm giving them chip to do whatever it is that we've negotiated. So in business, man, that confidence is important. And if you want to scale that 10 to 20 or to 40 or to 100 or to 1,000,000, you have to do some type of business. And confidence, once again, is one of the biggest things you need to have when you are trying to do business with anybody, whether it's a company or a person. Got to have that confidence. Look, another way, after you touch 10, that things get started for you, is that more opportunities actually open up. Simply because you're not needy. You're not searching overly for a small way to make a couple hundred. You're not searching for that next small opportunity. You're not eager to say yes to a lot of things because you've proven to yourself and you already have money behind you. You got something to be sustained with. You got something to think about. You got something to invest, like I said before. You got opportunities already because you have $10,000. You already created opportunities for yourself. So you are actually opportunities are more attracted to you because you're not as attractive to them. You're not as attractive to the small ones. You're more attractive to the bigger opportunities. That means that those small opportunities are going to be coming a lot more. People are going to respect you a lot more because they can see the aura, they can see the confidence. They know that you got some money behind you that, you've already proven to yourself that you can get it. So those people are actually more willing to work with you or more willing to provide an opportunity that makes sense monetarily because, once again, you have that confidence. It's nothing that you have to explain. You don't got to go around the world telling people that you got 10,000. You don't got to go around the world telling people you got anything, but they can see it on you. I can see it on people. People see it on me, and it's just the way the world works. When you got that confidence and when you have some type of backing behind you financially, it screams it for itself. You don't have to do it. So opportunities, people, doors, like I mentioned before in the beginning, they get kicked down and you can walk right in. So another point, opportunities open up, man, because you're not so needy. So look, the last point that I want to mention about this topic of how things actually start when you touch your first 10 is the simple fact that you actually start to experience. You actually get to experience things, not just business related, but opportunities for you to do something that can bring you a perspective, go on a trip, go on a date, go buy things that you weren't able to buy before. You didn't feel confident enough, or you might have bought before, but you were bankrupt afterwards, something like that. Like, you actually get to experience things a little bit different now that you have $10,000. And in that realm, you are getting started. I'm not sure how, a lot of you guys who might be watching this video, I'm not sure how obviously things might have been for you before you touch your first 10, or, if you haven't touched your first 10 yet, how things are for you now. But I know for me, when I touched my first 10 and when I was able to actually save it, I was able to do more because I had $10,000. I knew that I was going to keep making money. I knew that this 10 wasn't going to just get splurged on some dumb stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and regularly, use some of it to experience. And that opened up my eyes. That gave me a lot more perspective, a lot more connections. That gave me a lot more opportunities simply because I was in different places, different rooms, looking different, dressing different, just a whole bunch of little things that allowed me to experience more. And to relay that to the topic, man, that gets you started. A lot of my viewers, like I've been mentioning throughout the video, y'all know we are a hustling community. Most importantly and more specifically, a lot of this content, a lot of the things that I mentioned are very much so business related because I'm in business. I do business with a lot of people, companies, etc. So understanding that when I did touch my first 10, before that, I had to grind to get there. I had to hustle every single day, go to work, come back home, stay down, sacrifice, etc. But after I touched my first 10, it was a flexibility that I never had before that actually helped me make more money. Not only through, being able to experience and gain other opportunities, but just off the simple fact that I no longer had that burden that I didn't have it anymore. I didn't have that burden anymore. And that freed up my mind completely to make more money. So I hope that y'all took a lot of these points in this video related to whatever it is that you're currently going through, whether you do have 10,000 or whether you're on the road to your first 10. But either way, keep hustling. The only way that you lose is if you stop. And I wish the best on everybody on that hustle chase. Join my community, man. We talking almost every single day about how we can get better, how we can make more money, how we can scale, how we can relay this to what we're going through right now in our business life or in our financial life. And we in this chase together. So again, I appreciate y'all sticking through this entire video. If y'all liked it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I appreciate y'all. Catch y'all on the next video.